Hello everyone, my team member Paige and I have worked on project title in detection of insomnia from clinical notes. Insomnia affects up to 30% of adults and is linked to serious consequences like depression, anxiety, poor work performance. Despite its impact, insomnia often goes undiagnosed because traditional clinical methods rely heavily on structured data, missing important details captured in free text notes. So, our motivation for this project is to automate insomnia detection from unstructured notes. We aim to enable earlier diagnosis to reduce health risk and to improve patient care. Leveraging the richness of clinical text helps capture important patient experiences that structured fields often miss. Unfortunately, many current AI systems out there have major limitations. Many approaches rely solely on structured data and overlook the nuanced description captured in the clinical narratives. Additionally, many models only predict outcomes without explaining their reasoning, limiting the clinical trust. So, to address these challenges, there is a critical need for AI models that can both accurately detect insomnia and provide clear, interpretable evidence to support clinical decision making. Moving forward to our approach, we built smart computer programs to read doctor's notes, like training a mini doctor. Our project has three goals. Subtask 1 predicts simple yes no. Let's say, does the patient likely have insomnia? Subtask 2b predict multiple sleep related issues at once, like trouble sleeping, fatigue, or medication usage. And subtask 2b not only predicts the issues but also find and highlight the exact sentences from the notes that proves the evidence of a patient having an insomnia. So basically, we use neural networks for training the models. So neural network is teaching a neural network is like teaching a child to recognize a cat. You show many examples, and over time they learn pattern like fur, ears, and whiskers of cats. Similarly, a neural network is like a digital brain. It learns by seeing lots of data and adjusting its connections. Once trained, it can recognize patterns in the new data, like detecting insomnia from patient notes. We used transformer based models for developing this system, and we use different transformer models. Transformers are smart neural networks that understand language by focusing on important words like humans do. We don't train them from scratch. Instead, we take models like clinical bird or bluebird, which are already trained on clinical data, and fine tune them on insomnia notes. So, this makes them faster to train and much better at spotting insomnia patterns in clinical records. Moving forward to experiments that we conducted, we trained different models like clinical bird, bluebird for medical text, and long former on longer notes. For finding evidence spans for subtask 2b, we built a keyword based rule system and fine tune span-bud model as well. Subtask 1 and subtask 2a used three models each: clinical bird, bluebird, and long former model. Subtask 2b used two models, rule based system as well as span-bud, for evidence extraction. We fine-tune all these models using k-fold cross-validation and evaluated the performance using different metrics like F1 score for subtask 1, micro F1 score for subtask 2a as it's a multi-label classification task, and Drugel score for subtask 2b. Okay, so let's look at the results. In subtask 1, our goal was simple: predict if a patient likely had insomnia, that is yes no prediction. We fine-tuned three models: clinical bird, bluebird, and long former. And bluebird performed the best, achieving the F1 score of 0.88 with highest precision and recall values. Whereas clinical bird and long former also showed good results, but they are slightly lower compared to bluebird. So for subtask 2a, we had to predict multiple types of sleep related issues at once, like trouble sleeping, daytime fatigue, or medication usage. For this subtask, clinical bird performed the best, achieving a micro F1 score of 0.59. Whereas bluebird and long former also performed well, but did not perform well comparatively. In subtask 2b, the goal was not just to classify whether a person has insomnia, but also to find the proof inside the clinical text. Our simple rule-based system, which used keyword matching, as well as it tried to augment the knowledge base with training data, It performed the best. It outperformed the SpanBut complex model like SpanBut, achieving the F1 score of 0.53. And SpanBut actually achieved the lower score comparatively, which is 0.25, and it further requires further optimization and also like using more data. It struggled because of the limited data. Okay, so to conclude, we build systems to read doctors' notes and detect signs of insomnia, from simple yes no prediction to find exact evidences from the clinical notes. We train medical specialized models like Clinical BERT and Bluebird, as well as general models like Longformer for longer text, as well as the rule-based system. Bluebird was best for detecting insomnia. Clinical BERT excelled at spotting multiple sleep-related issues for multi-level classification task, whereas rule-based system outperforms SpanBERT in finding evidences. Yeah, so that's all about our project. Thank you so much.